So they were coming in. You need a roommate and everything else.
So if you don't have a roommate, if you're not living with your parents, if you are not with a significant other, it's literally impossible to live on your own. You could work 120 hours a week. Mm-hmm. That's a lot in a week. Okay? Yes, remember that. Absolutely. You could work 120 hours a week and still not be able to pay your bills. That's some crazy shit. If that's not living in a third world country, I don't know what the fuck it is. The only difference is literally third world country is like, it's not a lot of work out there for you. You kind of making your own way. You kind of have to grow your own groceries, or you gotta spend 300, or you gotta walk 3 miles to get to somewhere where they sell cheap fruit. But it's different. Like, do you really think people want to work 120 hours a week just to still be broke at the end of the week? $800 in rent for a single bedroom. Mm-hmm. Barely. That's the cheapest you can find. Everything else, $850 and above. Then you still got electricity. You still got gas. You still got to eat. You still got to make your way to work. You still, if you have a car, you got car insurance. You got gas that you got to put in your car to make to work. You have just the simple things, buying deodorant, toothpaste, toilet tissue. If you're a female, tampons, pads, underwear, because your shits are always getting ruined during your period, because you never know when that shit's gonna pop up and it might mess up the nicest pair of panties you own, and you gotta replace them all. Like, it's so hard being a female. Yeah, I don't understand. But anyway, you have to buy sneakers, socks, bras if you're a female. You have to have shirts. You have to have pants, powder if that's what you use, soap to wash your ass, washcloth, towel, water. You just need so fucking much. And it's so unrealistic how they think that somebody wants to work 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day of the week and still be broke after all your bills are paid. If that's not living in a third world country, I don't know what it is. What, just because nobody's just randomly killing us or trying to, what is it? Like, I mean, if you live in the hood, they might do this to you. Oh, you live on my block, this my gang street, you gotta give us $20 a week. I heard of shit like that, where people be scared of the gangs in their neighborhood and they pay them to, like, not bother them.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how much that go on nowadays, but I'm sure it's probably still going on.
I'm sorry if... I don't give a fuck if it's the Bloods or the Crips. If you only asking for $20 a week to leave me and my family alone, I'm not gonna take you serious.
I'm paying that.
Like, goddamn, at least ask for 50. You know?
I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, like,
goddamn.
Oh, my point is, it's so.
Buy a song.
It's unrealistic to be a single person. You know how back in the day, like, I feel like back in the day, everybody had their own crib because it was livable. And now, you literally, if you're not living with your parents, if you don't have a roommate, or if you don't have a significant others to go half on the bills, you can't afford to live by yourself. Unless, literally, all you do is work day and night. And then where you have for your social life? Everybody you need to be mentally right too. You can't just be working all the time and think, oh, this is how life's supposed to be. No, bitch, you're slaving. That's a slave life if you're working all day and barely paying bills. Slave life, okay?
Okay.
Because I be feeling like that. I be getting overwhelmed all the time.
Now,
sometimes when I have to work 7 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Yeah.
And then still at the end of the day, you only got $300 to work with. Then your car breaks down. You got to pay for that shit to get fixed. And then now you only got $100 to work with. It's like, what the fuck?
So let me ask you. with a president like Donald Trump, as with most Republican presidents, they tend to favor business interests. You know what I mean? Whenever they pass laws. So that doesn't just apply to corporations like Coca-Cola or whatever, where they get kickbacks and they don't have to pay any taxes or anything. That goes for small startup businesses as well. They always do great during a Republican administration. I completely understand and relate to what you're saying in terms of, you know, you feeling the financial crunch and the constraints that it does feel like a third world country in some respects. But that should also be our impetus to create our own situations, because there is a Republican administration that would benefit if we were to take our destinies into our own hands.
You mean as the black community, as we?
No, I mean, well, yeah, I guess, anybody who's struggling, create your own business. Like, we work because we're told we have to work from birth, at school, from our parents. You know, if you don't work, you don't eat and all that. You know, that was ingrained in us. But what they don't tell you is, you know, there is a way that you can have your own business and you can reap the spoils that these big corporations do too. There are kickbacks that are in place for you too. It's not just kickbacks for, you know, people who don't want to work, or people who may be on welfare, or people who may, let me have another baby so I can get increased welfare or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's just always the possibility of creating our own. You know what I'm saying? Which is the goal in the long run. In the long run.
And how many small businesses that you know survived over 5 years? No, not 5 years. We'll say 10.
Yeah, most of them crumble within the first 5 years.
So, you want us to go into all this debt, because it's literally kind of going into debt, because it's like buying a house. Mm. Yeah, it'll be less money a month if you buy a house, yes. But then once you can't afford to do that no more, things skyrocket. Your credit gets affected. Everything just goes downhill from that. Like, you can have the dream in thinking like, oh yeah, this would be a great business, but then it crumbles after 4 months. Then what do? You still are in debt. You're still struggling. So at the end of the day, you're still going to be struggling.
It's like I said, under a Republican administration, they look out for businesses. So just like under a Democratic administration, they're the ones who are big proponents of welfare, which is a social safety net. You know, you're a hard-working person, you just going through something, you hurt your ankle and shit, you're not able to work. There should be something set in place to catch you in case you fuck up, because you are an American citizen. American can afford it. You know what I mean? But
you would like to think they could.
Well, they can definitely afford it. Don't let them fool you. This country pulls in a lot of fucking money.
But they don't spend it right. But go ahead.
Absolutely. What country does? You know what I'm saying? What person does? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, and the same with businesses. How you were saying, businesses, they'll mess up after, a certain amount of months or whatever. But under a Republican administration, there are social safety nets to make sure, okay, you're having trouble with their business. Well, we want you to have your business. You know what I'm saying? So, here's a little more to see what we can do to, get more customers to you, or whatever you need to, because we want you to have your business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're pro-business. Republicans are pro-business.
Okay, but then what happens when you keep failing? You still owe them, right?
But what do you mean?
They give you more money to maybe do renovations, change the menu, get more workers, and then you still don't have customers. You're still getting further in debt. It don't matter. It's like school.
Absolutely. But,
like school, school is low key
a trap.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Even though I kind of wouldn't trade my education that I got at Southern, just the different experiences, different views and stuff like that. I probably wouldn't change that, but I would change where I got that information from, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't have wasted, not wasted, but it feels like wasted. I wouldn't have did 4 years. I mean, 3, 4. I wouldn't have did 5 years. I probably would have found something that, like, associate program, because I learned a lot, but at the same time, it wasn't worth it, because now you need masters to even get a decent job, or you need a bachelor's and 3 to 5 years experience. Where are you getting experience from if nobody's gonna hire you because you don't have experience? This world is backwards. It's backwards.
It's like a mind fuck or some shit, right?
Yeah, maybe something like that. The next segment, we'll get deeper into mind fucks. But yeah, like it don't make sense. Like I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I've seen a lot of businesses die out. You know how many times it was Gotham when I was growing up? It's the thing downtown on, I don't even know the name of that street. Dunkin' Donuts? Yeah. That little side street you can only get to off of,
I know.
Okay. It was Gotham, then it was something else, then it was something else, then it was something else. And then a block away where Empire used to be, that's shut down now. The only thing that's been standing for a long time has been Van Dome. The Key Club, that used to be the strip club right down the street from Van Dome, that's been changed like a million times. It was Key Club, then it was something else, and then now it's Shadows, I think it's Shadows. No, I think I'm wrong. I think it's like Secret something. But anyway, and then you got, it used to be some shit called the Pearl Lounge. That was like sort of over here in Fairhaven. They shut down. It's like everything is always changing. The thing in Hampton used to be called Liquid Lounge, I think. Then it was Shadows. Then it's something else completely, Studio something now. Off the Hook, that used to be something different over there in Hampton too, where Dunkin' Donuts is the Happy Harry. Like everything, it doesn't last. So go in debt for your business not to last just because somebody say they're still gonna help you if your business fall. Like maybe it's not the business you should be in.
Well, not everybody picks the same, the right business. It's just like with anything in life. But what about the businesses that do thrive from those little social safety nets? So we're supposed to discount. I mean, I don't know. I don't know offhand. You know what I mean?
You know
but
why?
Businesses don't thrive.
I don't think so now no more. The only businesses that thrives is the ones that's been around already for 25 years. That before I was born. Those are the only businesses that keep around, like Diamatos. And I think Kevin's been around that long. Jimmy's been around for the longest in West Haven.
So you don't think any of these businesses have taken advantage of any of the social safety nets set up by, Republican administrations? Of course they have. Of course they have. So we should discontinue all those programs just...
No, my point is, why are businesses failing now? Well, they've been failing for a long time. Nothing lasts longer than... I've never seen something last longer than 5 years. I've only been around here for 20... Okay, you can't really count that. You got maybe like 15 when I started noticing shit. Mm-hmm. No, I'm probably for... Maybe actually 13. I was really in town. So, like, okay. In the last 20 years, I feel like if I've seen a business there and then they're not there, they've not been thriving during my generation.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, the only places that I've seen that's always been there has been Diamatos and stuff.
Okay. But there are businesses that do thrive. You know what I mean? So, I just feel like, we shouldn't throw out the baby with the bathwater. But that concludes another episode of the New Haven Connectz podcast with me, Montezuma Biko, and Kdubbz.